Hello guys and welcome back finally to another episode of Let's Build a Desert City. It's been so long because I stopped the series during my final exams, but they are all over now and we are back to building, so we're going to get more regular content out for you guys, and that is going to include the continuation of our desert city. Now you might remember from last time, I'll put a link up on the screen now and in the description below if you don't. The first part of this Let's Build was the first half of the centre palace that's going to be raised up in the centre section of this circular city. And today we finished it off. We built the roof, we built the walls, we added a bit of detail and did some minor finishing touches on everything. So this would normally be the bit where I will skip into the building time lapse, but because this has been built over such a long period of time and bits were on and off during exams and such, I don't have everything available to show you, so there'll be a little bit of one, but in the future episodes you'll be able to see everything right up in the time lapse. So sorry this one's a bit short, and I'll see you in a second. So there you go guys, that was what we had of the building time lapse. Again, that will be better in future episodes where everything has been recorded in 1 or 2 big sessions as opposed to over a range of months. And I'm just going to fly around now and show you what we've added. There have been 2 main bits added, the roof and the walls. So let's look at the roof first. I took inspiration from the Taj Mahal and tried to get that sort of a dome that rises up to a point, that sort of effect, and it worked out really well. And I know this was something that wasn't in the time lapse, but how I did it was I went to the 4 corners where these white quartz pillars reach, and I just built up in by eye a curve pattern up to around this height and then a reversed curve up this way, sort of 2 different curves, and I built that just in the 1 dimension. Then I copied it onto the 4 sides to give myself a sort of skeleton frame. Then I went up every 5 or so blocks to work out kind of circle to go round and meet up, and then I just filled in the gaps from there. And it was actually quite a really nice way of doing it, as opposed to using a circle guide where I'd have to be referring to a diagram every single time. I put the basic structure down how I wanted it and just filled in the gaps to give the effect that I wanted, and it turned out really nice. I'm really happy with how it worked, and I liked adding in those blue stripes just to break away from the mass of sandstone. I didn't want one big structure all of one material, and added on things like those balconies and these little rope fins just to add that bit of detail and break away from the standardization of a big build. It all really helps. The second thing we added, you saw some of this, was the walls. It's now been completed on both sides. There was a wall, there's a walkway on top You have these little quartz fins just again to break away and get a little bit of diversification from the sandstone that is very large here. I chose sandstone for the walls because there's a much more majority of quartz on the main building, so I like that juxtaposition. Sorry, failing to talk there. And on these side faces that aren't the main gates, I did a little wall design. I considered doing that more along some of the more fins, more of these lines, but when it gets down to the 1 and 2 block thick bits, it gets a bit harder to make it look nice and appealing, so I left it blank for now. Might be something I go back to change though. And you can see around on the sides that do lead to a gate, I have another gateway, I have flags up, and this quartz walkway comes out this far. Now the plan for future episodes, the very soon ones, will be to drop this down 2 or 3 blocks to carry on to a slightly lower raised level for the very upmarket busy central district of this city. Things I'm planning on having in here will include a temple. Let's toggle that off. We're going to have a temple for the religion that still hasn't been decided what that might be here in this city. I think I'm going to put an arena in because I think that's a really cool idea for something we could put in. Possibly a type of theatre, a town hall. I considered a marketplace. I'm not sure if I want that down a level from the next level we'll be building or not. I'm not sure. And I'll be mixing in things like gardens and oasis and rich housing. I'd also like you guys to let me know if you can think of any big important buildings in this city that deserve to be on the first ring down from the palace, because after that we'll be dropping again and we'll have things like your shops and your housing and your guard station and all that sort of thing that is still important to be in the city but not quite on the same level as some of the bigger structures that would be in the centre. So let me know what you think, if you've got any ideas. And thank you guys for watching. I'll be trying to get this up more regularly and with better build time lapses for you guys. So as always, hit that like button if you want to see more, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.